Hi there. Today I want to talk about a somewhat controversial topic, believe it or not, education. And controversial because there's a discussion out there in the internet, in the interwebs, if you will, that should you get a college degree or should you get a certification? What I believe, and I'll tell you in a second, and then I'll come back to what is the impact for you as a small business and mid-sized business, and what strategy should you take. But going back, what is most important and what is the right answer? I don't think there is a right answer to start with. As a saying usually quoted to Mark Twain is, don't let your schooling interfering with your education. And if a college degree is right for you, great. If certification is right for you, also great. But there are two thought camps out there. One is that college prepare a person for work. That is the most common justification. Why should you have a college degree? And there are some truth to that. And then also some overstatements about that as well, how well that prepares. And that's when the comparison to certification comes along. That certification is very focused and laser focused on a particular skill set that an employer requires. Versus a college degree, there is a ton of material that perhaps are non-related. Let's say your general education. But the second thought camp out there is that college prepares an individual to be a enlightened citizen of our community, that prepare the individual to think critically, not only about the topic that he or she is studying for, but in general in life. Basically, question everything and think critically. And also to thrive as a well-being individual in the community. That is the second thought camp. The way I think and the way I believe is that education can be obtained in several different forms. The discussion that thrives online is establishing founded on absolutes. Always, never. A college education, non-college education, certifications versus college, that what thrives. However, you and I know that life lives in the middle. There is a lot of variables that we don't consider in our discussions online because it's quite intense and it's kind of hard to capture everything. While variables such as, what is your financial situation today? Can you afford college? Can you afford certification? Is your job require a particular certification as an entry point? Let's say in healthcare, starting healthcare. Can you work without a CNA license? Can you work without a nursing degree? Or in IT, can you start a career without an IT degree? Or other professions out there, medical, law. So it requires degree, it requires certification. So it depends on your particular situation, what you're trying to pursue in your life. But bottom line is, it doesn't matter how you acquire that information, right? What the parameters are not set on the education. The parameters are set by your profession. Do you really need that? Now we see organizations there, large organizations, forfeiting the degree and going for and taking consideration the experience that you bring to the table. There are several well-trained individuals out there, and our military is a good example. Our government employees are another great example. They bring, frontline experience to your organization. Perhaps they don't have a degree. Perhaps they're pursuing a certification. Consider that. And for you, as a small and mid-sized business, everything that I just said, consider that as well. And also consider that in the future, because you don't have a deep bench in terms of personnel compared to a Google, LinkedIn, or Twitter and whatnot, consider that should you invest in your employee up front or should you invest in your employee later on? Will that hurt, whatever decision you make, will that hurt your management pipeline? So those are the questions that you as a small and mid-sized business have to take in consideration in terms of, is a college degree better than a certification, vice versa? that is beyond the point. You need, as an executive on your organization, to see if that will hurt you along the way, or should you start bringing these individuals with live training and prepare a way to move them along in your organization, a structure by providing training, providing support for them as they come in. So it's a decision that you need to make for your organization, regardless of what you believe.